Hello, hello! It's me, Mel LG. I hope you guys are excited to be here. We're playing a little bit more Rogue Tower today. I have no idea what we've been doing. Honestly, it's been like a little bit of a lull since my last recording session, because you know I don't record these the day before they go up. I record them kind of in a quick succession. Sometimes I do one or two videos because like sometimes you got those runs that are like an hour and a half long. But it's been a hot minute, so I have no idea what we've been doing. I know that mana banks have been like the bane of my existence recently, and we're gonna work with that. We have learned to never take mana banks late because it will absolutely, it's a run ruiner through and through. I'm gonna put all of them down. This is like the godsend of a little tower village. I'm very happy with that, actually, right off the bat. What are we thinking? We've won with Frost Keeps. We've won with Shredders. I have won with Radars in the past. So I think we go with this, honestly. I'm really going ham with this. I'm like kind of chaotic scatterbrained, and I would normally I'm like, oh yeah, I'm always like chaotic and scatterbrained, but like I feel like today and as of late it has been so much worse. I've kind of just been like so brain foggy, and I think it's because we've recently had a time change, and that's been a lot. And then in addition to that, so my colleague is actually Muslim, and so she is in Ramadan right now, and with that I like, just to be, honestly, let's go for this because I've like never done it. To be like almost like solidarity. I don't want to be like eating in front of her and stuff because you can't eat during Ramadan. You can't even consume water. So going and getting a coffee and stuff like we normally do, not something we're doing right now. And I feel like maybe the fact that I have been like eating a little bit less at work and like having less coffee and stuff has been like kind of ruining me. I'm like out of my habit, out of my like nutrition intake. Okay, vampires do a lot of health damage. So we're really gonna want to go ham with shield and armor on my ballisties. Give me like a left or a right hand turn. Or a straight line, that's also fine. I feel like on my end, this is quite loud. And I was getting so mind flooded. Whew. It's been good though. Whoa, okay. Okay, that's how this works. Oh, we also unlocked monuments, and I'm gonna go ham on this, and we can put a bunch like right at the end. Could be a good. Give me a left or a right hand turn. This is very linear. This is a vibe. This is a choice at this point. No, it's been good though. It's like such a like I'm white, and I grew up in like a very, honestly, like I'm not afraid to say it, kind of white trash household, and so I was like never really exposed to people who are like, I had friends that were like brown, but I was never really exposed to people that were like actual, like truly Muslim, but comfortable expressing that in front of me. You know what I mean? Like when you're a little kid, I'm sure that lots of people around me were, I'm gonna go for this, I guess, were partaking in Ramadan, but I never, like I wasn't going over to their house and like eating at like 10 p.m. But it made me think. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, if you are Muslim and you're doing Ramadan, God, it must suck to live in Canada. Except for in the winter. Probably doing Ramadan in the winter is like fun, or not fun, but like better because like the daytime hours are so short. But in the summer, I'm like, man, we get like sunrises at like 5 a.m. and sunsets at like 11 p.m. Bruh. Oh my God. Like, you're doing like 18-hour fasting. That's like gotta actually be like rough on your body, but I guess like if you're used to it, then it's fine. You just work with what you got, right? I feel like that's like been my motto as of late is like, do you cause bleed? No. Is you just work with what you got. I'm scared to take this because like I know I don't tend to bleed, but I did last time. But we don't really have anything because do these use mana? Does it tell you? Mana use. Oh, it does. I don't know if I want mana siphons though. I think I'd rather go for like different. So I just watered all my plants so it smells like dirt in here. Sick. Sick drip. Honestly, let's go for banditry and just call it a day. Give me a left-hand turn. Thank you. No, it's like, but it's been like really cool for me to like learn about Ramadan. My boss is also, he's not like practicing, but he grew up Muslim. So I'm like, oh, Like he and my colleague like talk about it and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, like getting to like actually hear about this and like understand a little bit more. But I feel like, yeah, my quote is like, we just roll with it. You just like get it. I wish I could be a little bit more type B. I feel like as I've gotten older and like with like doing grad school and stuff and having to be so particular, I became so type A where I'm like, I need to control things or I get anxious. And I don't think that's good. I think being able to like just sit back and like let life do what it's gonna do. Even like you're gonna have bad days. Everyone's gonna have bad days. I'm gonna go for this because if we do this and then we get mana banks down the line, it's like a really good synergy. Keep going. I like the trees. I do enjoy. Do do do. But it's kind of cool. I don't know. You just roll with it. Just enjoy your life. I actually like. I feel like I've always been somebody who embraces that because I wear some pretty outrageous things, and normally it doesn't really matter. But I lived in a city that was very, very farm town. Like it was like 100,000 people, not very big, and the city itself was so farm towny that if you wore like high heels, like a high heel booty, not even something crazy, people would look at you like you're like going insane. Okay, so can't take it, can't take it, can't take it, can't take it. Don't care for it. I guess I'm taking this. Give me straight, please. Thank you. We haven't had a fork yet, which is kind of nice. I'm gonna go for an armor and a most shield. I'm not like overly happy with our upgrades. I feel like they're not benefiting us hugely now, but maybe it's gonna be a beneficial symbiotic relationship down the line. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like sometimes when I like, this is my first recording of the day. So sometimes when I like record, I'm like, oh, I'm like a little, the coffee hasn't kicked in because I do this early in the morning before work. And like, it's like, oh my gosh, like my brain is like so broken. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm falling apart. Again, I'm so scatterbrained. Part of me is like, do I have like a thyroid problem? Like, am I like dying slowly? Because like, I cannot keep a, okay, don't care, don't care. Don't care, right? Or can't take, don't really care. I do want this. This could be good. Can't take. So I'm going to go for this because I think it'll help us down the line because we have the synergy now. If we can get the next sorcery level, that'd also be really nice. Give me straight. Okay, that's, it's reasonable, I guess. Do. No! But, like, maybe I have, like, a thyroid problem. Maybe I'm just burnt out. Maybe it's Maybelline. Because I feel like I cannot run this world anymore. Like, I need... You know, you see those memes that are like, oh, in 2019, pre-COVID, I wanted... Maybe this is, like, a white girl thing. But it's like, I wanted to be, like, a powerhouse. I was such a workaholic. I was so driven. That was me, honey. I was, like... working full-time. I was in school full-time. I was volunteering like 15 hours a week. I was never at home. I was never home. I was so busy doing things all the time. Left-hand turn? Well, kinda. Kinda. I'm gonna wait on this, because this one could be better if it comes up this way. This one could be better if it goes down this way. But yes, like, I was like, go, 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 go get her, kind of productive, grindy queen. I was so on it. And maybe this is where the type A neuroticness comes from. But then COVID happened, and I wasn't laid off, but I was like temporarily laid off because I was a bartender. Bartenders were not working during COVID. And I was in grad school. I couldn't be at school during COVID. So my husband just sent me a random text that is actually nothingness, but I was like worried because I was like, what is he talking about? And I lost my train of thought. I'm like the worst. I'm actually the worst human being to exist on this planet at this point. But like, I was like so grindy and I was so ready to go. And then I got like laid off, and it was like actually because like when I bartended, I don't think people realize this. Give me a left, please. Thank you. I can get these guys getting some work in. When I was in grad school, or when I was in a bartender, you're not allowed to take time off. You're actually just like not, kind of. Like, you work full time, but you're employed as a part time most of the time. So you don't actually get benefits, and you're not allowed, like, you don't get like a set vacation time. And then you're not really allowed to take like Friday, Saturdays off. And even if you do, you're not making money and you don't want to take those days off. So, especially the bar I worked at, like the owner would get like livid. It was just a small bar. He would actually get pissed off if you took like a weekend off. Like I remember taking a weekend off in 2019 to go camping, and then like 3 weeks later, I took 7 days off, so a full week and a weekend to go visit my extended family out of town. And he was like threatening to like write me up because I took too much time off. Bro, I took the equivalent of 9 days off in the 5 years I worked there. I called in sick maybe once, and I almost got written up because I took too much time off in like a month. Like, you're just not allowed to take time off. It's actually insane. And I don't know if it's like that other places, but I've worked a lot of bartending jobs, and it's kind of always been the culture is that you just don't take time off. I'm gonna go for most armor and then most health. And so I don't even know how I got on this topic. I was grindy. I was a grindy queen. And now, after like not working for like 3 months during COVID, putting like thousands of hours into Animal Crossing. Look, you're like, how do you do that? I don't know. I don't know. And like, I didn't even time skip. I didn't even skip time. And I somehow put like hundreds and hundreds of hours into Animal Crossing. I know, it's insane. So, why do my allergies always get bad when I stream in the morning? My office must just have like disgusting amounts of cat hair or something in it. Because I come in here and now I'm like all sniffly and icky. But I kind of want to go for this because we're really struggling with shield. We have no shield protection. No shield shielding. I might save this for a vampire lair. But now I'm like, I like my job most of the time. And like, I'm very lucky to say that. Like, if streaming popped off, I actually always think of this. I'm like, if streaming and YouTube popped off and I was able to make like equivalent to what I make working at the bridal boutique in a month, I would actually quit the bridal boutique or go down to super casual. I really like it there, but I go down to super casual and do this, like take all my time that I go to the boutique and do this instead. Because it's so nice to not have to commute in and like actually get to just like do this from home. And I really actually do enjoy this. Regardless of if I'm good at it or if people like me, that's a different story. Like, I personally just enjoy doing this. I find that like I almost get like a social side of it, which is funny because like 90, like my chat even on Twitch, like I know this is YouTube specific, but my chat on Twitch is like quite quiet. I have a lot of lurking culture, and that's okay. And I actually kind of like don't mind that because I'm a lurker when I go into people's chats. I'm not the kind of queen that's like gonna go out and like chat. I just like, I like to silently enjoy the content. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So my culture has always been like very like, my chat's not very fast moving. Even if I have like a lot of viewers, it's not really fast moving at all. And obviously YouTube. Again, why am I getting like socialization from this? I'm literally sitting here just like talking to myself. I don't know. Look, Queen, I don't know. But this is it. This is it for me. Also, I want to say like this is so, before I get back into like talking about like if I could do this full time. I played a lot of games when I was younger, but like most of them were like, oh, I played games with my sister. And also like this is kind of weird and my husband makes fun of me for this, but like we moved a lot when I was a kid, so I didn't have a lot of friends. And so I played a lot of games because I didn't have a lot of friends because we would move like almost every year. And I'm not talking like move in the same neighborhood. We would move like cities and stuff. And so I never really had those like core friends that you would always go out with. I did have friends, but I never really had that like, I don't know, core group of friends. So I would play Mario Party by myself all the time, and I loved it. I loved playing Mario Party by myself, like just by like against like the super hard NPCs, which is like so weird but kind of hilarious. But I kind of love it. I'm also like, I hope this like, yeah, I'm gonna blow my nose quick. This is gonna be so icky. There we go. I was trying to unmute myself and I almost like messed up my video setting or my sound settings. Also, my camera quality is so saturated right now. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's Maybelline. I think I'm dying. Maybe I'm actually just sick. And this isn't allergies. Or maybe the allergies are like sucking all the color out of my skin. Maybe I didn't even have color in my skin to begin with. But I'm all like, I don't know. Maybe it's just the morning. Maybe it's the fact that I haven't slept well because of the freaking time change that happened a few days ago. Okay. Back into the game. I don't know what I want. Probably Enchanted Bolt. We really need armor damage. It's Oogie, so I'm not going to expand here. Give me a right-hand turn. I mean, you kind of did it. But the sidebar I wanted to say before I had to, like, blow my nose in the emergency nose blow was I feel so lucky by the fact that I have met people through gaming. Because, like, when I was younger, again, I didn't meet people that way. I didn't really meet people online. I didn't have a core group of friends that I played games with, so I always did these independent games or I'd play with my sister. And my sister was, she's very different than I am. My sister's like very introverted and she loves reading and she's very, very quiet and hates attention and stuff. And she's so kind and she's like genuinely so nice, but like she just like is not, like I'm like an ambivert. I can go both ways, in both ways. My sister's not like that, so we would play games together, but even then, like, she didn't want to play, like, multiplayer games. It was, like, more I'd, like, watch her play, like, Red Dead Redemption, or, like, Skyrim. That's how I got into Skyrim originally, she played it. And then we kind of, like, will talk about games, but we still don't play games together. Like, she'll be like, oh, which is actually great, because now she actually, my husband got me into anime when I was, like, 19. And she was into graphic novels and stuff, and then kind of moved into anime that way. And so because we kind of came from anime from different perspectives, my husband knows all these underground anime that are really, like, really good and emotional, and, like, he's not a weeb, but, like, really good anime. And my sister, like, knows all the, like, mainstream ones, so we kind of, like, connect that way and can, like, help each other out and be like, oh, I think you'd like this. But what I was gonna say is because I played all these games alone, I never had that culture of, like, gaming and, like, playing games online. Like, when I played Call of Duty and stuff, I play with, like, people I knew in high school and stuff. And I didn't really play that much Call of Duty. Clearly, I'm not very good at, like, Twitch shooters or Twitch anything or anything that requires, like, quick reactions. Give me those, like, builder games. I'm on it, you know? But it's taken me the longest turn to get to. Oh, we also made it to our tower almost. It's taken me the longest time to get to the point I'm trying to make. But what I'm trying to say is recently, over the last few years of like streaming specifically, since I started streaming, I've been so blessed by the fact that we haven't gotten the armor ones of these, and it's like making me salty. Let's go for shield. I also see this is starting to deplete a little bit. We don't really have a flat spot, so we're gonna have a little mana bank situation over here, I guess. Left-hand turn, please. Left-hand turn. Oh, you demons. But I've like met so many people through streaming specifically because it was kind of this convoluted. I knew this guy from my bachelor's degree, and he knew these two other guys, and then the guy I knew from my bachelor's degree kind of stopped streaming with us. He's lovely, but he like moved, and he's like following his dreams of being like a incredible mixologist, like wonderful guy. He like moved across the world. Like I'm not saying he like moved like 2 houses down the road. No, he like literally moved from Canada to like the UK. But he's lovely. And then like hit the two other guys that I met through him. We became really close and we're like streaming every Tuesday together. They're lovely as well. And then through one of them, I met like other streamers who he was like, oh, these are like my elementary school best friends. And because we kind of all actually lived in the same city, because we all knew mutual people in real life, I've met this like friend group that honestly like, you don't have to love everybody. You can have personality traits that are different than people, but these are like the people that like, the kind of people I need in my life that are just like, so, oh yeah, like I'm thinking of you, so I'm gonna send you a text, or I'm gonna like include you in, give me a right hand turn. I want to stagger this a little bit, but that was not a right hand turn. But yeah, like where they'll just like they'll be like, hey, like, you want to go out today? And I need that because, like, I had that when I was in my master's and stuff because, like, I had the culture around it. But I actually, like, moved across our province. So I lost a lot of my support system because all my friends, like, obviously don't live in the same city as me. And that was my choice, and that's okay. And now I have this, like, lovely friend group that I met through streaming. And I'm like, does everybody kind of get this group that they like that they meet in this culture, and they get like this unique friend group that is just so passionate and supportive, and like you have similar interests, and like, or am I just like very lucky? Like, I know I'm very lucky regardless of if this is normal. I'm very thankful for this whole situation to have friends that are like supportive like that. But that will actually always be Greg's cruising. Like, the one of the best things I've ever done with streaming and gaming is like having this now forever friend group I've built. And I have friends that were like originally started as viewers or people that I like maybe streamed with a little bit, and now I'm like, oh, I actually like talk to you or follow you on Instagram and actually like care about your life and like what you're doing, and like I'm just like, is this normal? I think we go for this because we do have some mana regen and it's kind of early, so hopefully it won't ruin my run. I really need the other version of this. Burn damage. I'm gonna say this is hopefully staggered enough. It would be nice to like get a little bit more, actually, and then we'll stagger this in more. I'm so sniffly. I'm sorry if it's like gross to you. Honestly, like there's nothing I can do about it. It's just kind of like my body at this point. But like, thank you for supporting me regardless. If you're like, oh my god, Mel, like you need to go get your allergies checked. Look, Queen. Look, Queen, I've done it. I have gone to allergists so many times. Also, this is so random. I actually have anaphylaxis. And I have like a autoimmune disorder that puts me at like a predisposition to have allergies. And that's not me complaining. Like, I think I mentioned this before, but the autoimmune disorder I have, like, it's obviously not the greatest, but like at the end of the day, like, it's not like Lyme disease or something where I'm like always being affected. It's mostly just like I have asthma, I have allergies, I have eczema, but things you can kind of like, for the most part, I can handle and like don't really impact me day to day, except my eczema flares up when I exercise, which, my good god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I like physically can't exercise without getting like a rash. Exercise literally is trying to ruin my life. I do like a frostbolt. I don't care about lifesteal. Obviously we can't take this. Don't care about this. I think I'm gonna go for a frostbolt. Give me a left-hand turn. Oh, you did, Queen! Give me a shield. But I do actually have anaphylaxis as well. I'm kind of like this walking disaster. But I also mean that in the context of, look, natural selection has been trying to wipe me off the planet, and I'm a fighter. Queen, I'm a fighter. She can't get rid of me. She just cannot ruin me. But she's been trying. She's been trying, because it's always like thing after thing after thing. I was like 18 when I got diagnosed with asthma. I actually almost died. I have like a few stories where I'm like, huh, I actually almost died. So the first one was when I was 18. Actually, okay, the very first one is I got in a car accident when I was 17. And like, it was a high-speed car accident on a highway. Someone like changed into my lane, and like it was a truck that was 3 times the size of my little Ford Probe, which is a real car. I don't care about any of these, so I guess I'll use this. But that was like the first time I ever actually almost died. I guess like when I was like a baby or like a kid, I actually would get the flu every year, and I had this autoimmune disorder, but like it was undiagnosed. So I was a little bit sickly, so when I get the flu, I'd get like really sick. And I did have to be hospitalized with like influenza a couple times. I know, isn't that like horrifying? But I don't remember that, so it doesn't actually matter. Okay, this is fine because this will like have to go this way. But the next time I almost died is like, yeah, I was 18. We were playing like sociables or something. It wasn't even actually a drinking game. It was probably like crib or something. And I remember I was like eating a Kit Kat bar, and this is how I know I wasn't like choking on the Kit Kat. Randomly, while I was eating, I just stopped breathing. It sounds so weird. but I literally just stopped breathing. And I remember being like, oh my god, I'm choking on this stupid Kit Kat bar. Can you imagine? Like, isn't that like so dumb? Isn't that so Mel? And then I was like, no, I can feel it like melting. The chocolate was like melting down my throat. I was like, I'm actually not choking on this. And then I realized that like I just wasn't breathing. And somebody else in the group, bless their heart, I don't even remember his name. I'd only met him a few times. Um, he like recognized it as a really severe asthma attack and like got his inhaler and literally like saved my life. And then I went to the hospital and was like, yeah, I stopped breathing. Um, Next time I almost died was when I went into anaphylaxis. Also stopped breathing, like barely. I made it to the hospital, but as I was walking into the hospital, I had stopped breathing, and like they were like trying to talk to me, and I like couldn't talk. Um, and like when I say stop breathing, like both of these times, like I actually stopped breathing and like almost passed out, which is horrifying. But I'd say that those are probably like the near death experiences, and the car accident. That one is like actually really scary. When they say like your life passes before your eyes, like I never believed that. I was like, oh no, like it's just like a made up thing. No, bro, it actually does. And you're like, how does it physically do that? I don't know, dude. I don't know, but it like did. And that's scary. That's like really scary. But we're here. Natural selection. She's trying to wipe me out, dude. I'm telling you, she's trying to get me. I won't let her, but she's trying. She's trying her absolute darndest. I'm like, now I'm like, why did I want to make natural selection a female? And I think it's because like Mother Nature is a female. Also because female empowerment. Women can be absolute psychos. Not just men. Come on. Give us some love here too. This guy's healing and I don't like it. Oh, but like going back to like the original anecdote way before I even blew my nose or anything. If I could do this full time, I know there's lots of people out there that are like, I would love to do it full time. No, if I could do this full time, like I'm telling you, I would actually become like a full content creator. I would like prioritize doing like TikToks and stuff as well, and actually like do my best to like build my viewer base. Like I would take it pretty seriously because I am kind of a workaholic. And so I would very much feel like I'd be somebody that was like, that would be like, no, like this is my career and we're gonna like make it happen. I'm gonna go lease out. But to be honest, I'm sure there's lots, it's a pipe dream, right? There's so many people out there that like would love to do this full time and would be probably immaculate at doing it full time. Not just like, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't be immaculate. I think I would be okay, but it's just a pipe dream. But that's also why I'm like, I'm totally comfortable just like doing this and having fun. And like, if I ever popped off, cool. If I don't, which I probably won't, then I don't. Like, it is what it is. I got to do this for a while. I got some like immaculate friendships out of this. I have a great like support system. Honestly, it's been good for my mental health because it like gets me out of like, I feel like with the burnout and stuff, I also struggled, like this is like real deep. I also struggled with like some, oh my god, can't take it. With some mental health stuff for a while there that I was like, oh, that's like pretty hard, and like I get it, and now I get like how hard it is for other people. And so this kind of gets me out of that like headspace. It makes me like have to put makeup on, it makes me have to like get up and get out of the house and like talk to people and actually like feel good about yourself. Sometimes like putting on, even though I'm wearing like literal sweatpants that I think have like pasta sauce on them. I'm transparent. Look, we're not always gonna all be our best. It's first thing in the morning. I just can't right now. But yeah, like it gets you out and it gets you feeling good. And like, yeah, again, you make those conversations and you talk to people. Even though my chat's like pretty quiet, I still have good conversations and I still get to talk to people and like and talk to myself. And like, I almost like, this is almost like a therapy for me because I get to vent instead of like festering. I feel like I'm somebody that like, I stew on stuff, I fester on stuff. And then I get worked up, I get anxious, and I get anxiety. Also, speaking of like festering, though this is not, I don't think it's the reason I'm like on this, but like I've been struggling with like sleeping lately. I don't know if it's like the time change or maybe I have like a lot on my brain that I'm like I can't seem to process for some reason, but I feel like I haven't been like sleeping at all. And a good indication of that for me is like I I've been like being able to remember my dreams. Which you're probably like, okay, that's pretty normal though. But like no, like I feel like I'm like able to remember my dreams in ways that like I've never been able before. And my dreams have been like weird. And I think usually if you can remember your dreams, it is a pretty clear sign that like you might be struggling with sleeping. I thought it was 475, it's 745. Oof. But yeah, like I find that this is almost like an opportunity for me to like vent about my problems in my life and like are my problems really that big of a deal? Absolutely not. Like honestly, my problems are some of the most first world problems in the world. You know what one of my biggest problems is? I like yelled at my husband this morning because I couldn't get the steamer to work and I think it was just that I was like tired and grumpy and I hadn't had my coffee and then I was like, man, I should like we all have our moments and I'm not going to say we don't, but I was like I should like actually just not be yelling at my husband. Well, not actually yelling, but like pissed off at my husband for stupid oh, that was dumb. For stupid things like I can't get the steamer to work. You know, like that's not a fair reason to like get mad at him. But again, I will stand by this and I'm so glad he doesn't watch these videos because he'd be so pissed at me for like talking about him. He's like, I don't like attention. That's fine. I am so thankful. My husband is the most patient human in the world, and I'm just like a neurotic, chaotic mess. Like, again, I struggled with mental health stuff, and like, I'm all over the place. I have like a stressful, inconsistent, all over the place job. I'm a workaholic, but then I get burnt out. I like love to go out with my friends, but then I'm grumpy because I stayed out too late. Like, I'm just too. And then, like, Queen, I'm a Pisces. Whether you believe in astrology or not, I'm an emotional mess. I don't know how we matched. I like truly like when people meet us and people that actually knew both of us independently are like, how are you guys like compatible? Because like I am like an emotional mess. I'm all over the place. I'm kind of a wreck. Actually, that could be a good vampire lair spot. I'm like, do I have any +3s that are in better locations though? But yeah, like we're so different, but that's sometimes why it works so well. And like everybody's relationship's gonna be different, right? And I think the biggest thing for relationships is patience. If you can be patient with your significant other, you're probably in a really good position. And that like compromise, right? Like when I watch like Love is Blind and they're like, this is who I am and I refuse to change, I'm like, you gotta change a little bit. Or not even change, but like give. Like you gotta like give and take. Is that the hill you wanna die on that's gonna ruin your relationship? Probably not, right? Like our sink has been a mess right now and I probably should be the one to do it because I'm always the one that like I never do the dishes. Like I just don't have time. I'm never home. And like if you actually look at my schedule, it's like, okay, Mondays sometimes I get up early and I do my recordings. Then I work my 9 to 5 from 7:30 to 3:30. Then I work at the boutique from 4 till 8 or 9. And then I come home and we go to bed at 10 o'clock because we have to because we get up so early. Tuesdays, I work 7:30 to 3:30. What do I want? Can't take it, can't take it, can't take it, can't take it. So I'm gonna go for this. Give me a left-hand turn. How rude. But I work on, my God, help me, brain. I work on Wednesdays, 7:30 to 3:30, or Tuesdays, 7:30 to 3:30, and then I go to the gym I have like a class from 5 to 6 and a class from 6:10 to 7:10. And then we come home and we usually cook. And then on Wednesdays, I work 7:30 to 3:30, and then I work 4 to usually 8:30. Thursdays, I work 7:30 to 3:30, and then I stream. Either if I get off work early, I start at 3 because I work till 2:30 instead, but I usually stream till like 7 or 8. And then we cook again sometimes on Thursdays. Fridays are like my only evening off. So I usually like go for beers with my friends or like have fun or like drink at home with my partner. But I get no work, and then Saturdays I usually work an 8-hour day at the boutique. And we go to Costco and stuff. What am I thinking? I do like a broadhead bolts, but we're not struggling with health. We are struggling with burn or with armor, so burn could maybe be like pretty good for us. I don't want to put all my effort into this though, because with the fact we got that Oogie, we might actually get the damage over time resistant fellows. And I'm not ready for that. Give me a left-hand turn. That's a right. But yeah, I'm like, just a quick little delve into my schedule. Like, I'm busy all the time, and then like I also go to the gym on Saturdays, I go to the gym on Sundays. Like, I know my partner hates it. He kind of loves it though, because like he's so independent that it's like, oh, I get to read and I get to like play piano, and he's an immaculate musician. But he gets to like do these hobbies that like I could care less about, right? Like, I'm not gonna sit there while he plays piano. And sometimes we'll like play video games in the same room, but sometimes we don't. And so like, it's fine. We got a good thing going, but I'm like, I don't have time to really do stuff, because like even with all of this working, I also like, I have to commute to all my jobs and stuff too, right? Like, it's not just like a easy peasy thing. But maybe I'm just making excuses, and that's also like, you know what, fine. Maybe you're right. Yeah, I'm just like thinking out loud. I think I'm gonna go for that. If you give me a right-hand turn, I'd be kind of happy. Yeah. With my hair! My hair's pissing me off lately. Should I cut it off? Should I just go for a pixie cut? I'm gonna answer that for you, and I'm gonna say no. Because if you didn't know, I actually have the curliest of curly hair, and I hate it. Oh, this is supposed to be a Liso. I know some people like pay a lot of money to get their hair done in a perm. I am not one of those people. I wish I did not have curly hair. It's hard to maintain. My hair is dry all the time. I also live in like a desert. Why do I live in a desert if I have like dry hair and eczema? And guys, I'm like actually in a wreck. I always complain. I love the city I live in. The actual city itself is beautiful. But we are so high elevation. It is so dry. High elevation's really bad when you have asthma as well. So like, slowly killing myself. It's fine. I'm just gonna portal you, I guess. But high elevation's bad when you have asthma, so that's great. Loving that for myself. But it's also dry. I have eczema. The driest skin in the world. Driest hair in the world. Driest humor in the world. Okay, 9,555, please. I also want to see how far these guys are making it, actually, in the meantime. Plus, we get these things called Chinooks, which are major pressure changes that bring, like, warm weather with them, which give me migraines. So I live in a city that is ruining my skin, is ruining my hair, is bad for my asthma, and gives me chronic migraines. Why do I live here? Why do I live here? To be honest, like, I actually do like living here. Again, like, I could take or leave the migraines. I really could. Even, like, this series has seen me a couple of times where, like, I've just had a migraine a few days in a row, and it has pushed back my recordings, and I just have to record late because I can't, I physically can't function. This is what I've been waiting for, so I don't know why I'm not taking it. If this is going to be the way it's going to be, I'm going to start expanding this one. Can you actually like, just come right back down here? I would be so happy. But it's fine. We do what we do and we just vibe with it. That's the whole moral to this story, right? We're each gonna be who we be. You can't change yourself. Like, again, don't ever bully somebody for things they can't actually change about themselves. I got bullied so much. Like, I'm still quite petite, but I'm not, like, as tiny as I used to be. I used to be the same height. I'm 5'4", and I used to be, like, 95 pounds. Like, that's, like, sickly thin. But it's fine. Give me a right-hand turn. Oh, you demons! But I used to get really bullied all the time for my weight, but I used to actually get really bullied for my nose. Like, because I have like a very small nose and it kind of turns up. People used to call me like pig nose when I was a kid because, like, again, it's like turned upward. And I'm like salty about it because, like, now you see like the TikTok trends of like, this is the cute nose. You want the cute nose. People will contour their nose to give them the little like edge here so it looks like their nose turns up. And I'm like so salty. I'm like, why couldn't I have been born like a Zoomer? Why did I have to be a millennial? But at the end of the day, like, even if something's like cool or unique or pretty, like a lot of people have curly hair. I got picked on for having curly hair. Kids will just bully you for anything. And you just gotta, like, you know, you just gotta know your worth. And if somebody hasn't told you this today, you are worth something to everybody, but you are definitely worth something to me, even if you are just a viewer. I appreciate those 1 or 2 views. You know, at the end of the day, like, I appreciate you. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're, like, vibing and larking. Give me a right-hand turn. Thank you. So, if anything, if you aren't feeling it, I'm here for you, honey. I appreciate you. I don't know you, but that doesn't mean I can't appreciate you. But yeah, don't bully people for things that they can't change. But also, you only get one body. Maybe your body is, like, sickly thin. Maybe your body is, like, a little heavier. Maybe you have weird body proportions. I have really weird body proportions. You know what I do? I rock it and I dress for it. I have like the longest torso in the world. Would I ever put on a pair of low-waisted pants? Absolutely ungodly not. No, it would like extend my torso and I would be like part of the Mile High Club in the worst way. Mile High and my torso would be literally a mile long. You rock what you got. If you're a little curvy, king, queens, you walk that. You walk that. You rock that. If you're like really petite, you rock that. If you got broad shoulders, you rock that. I'm here for you, honey. You know, at the end of the day, confidence is key. If you rock whatever you got with confidence, you got it. People are definitely just going to be like, oh, okay, this person's confident in who they are. I like them. People love confidence. They just really vibe off of confidence. Can't take it, can't take it. Can't take it. So I can either do poison or burn. Let's go for burn. Give me a right-hand turn, right-hand turn. Okay, and all I need is you gotta go straight, honey. That's like my thing. I feel like I struggle with exuding confidence. Like, there are certain environments where I'm like, I am the most confident queen. Oh, honey, when I work at the boutique, I'm humorous. I'm hilarious. Because I just, like, I know who I'm supposed to be in that context. And I just, like, own it. And I rock what it is. If somebody doesn't think I'm funny, they're not gonna see me again. They leave a bad Google review. Honestly, the owners are just gonna be like, yeah, but that's just who she is, so we don't care. You know, like, I'm not saying things that are truly offensive. I'm not sitting there calling people, like, ugly. You know? Like, I'm sitting there promoting people, and whether people like me or not, it is what it is. I don't really care. Even at work, like, my day job, I gotta be confident because, like, people have to feel the confidence in who you are, because my day job, I'm like, I am kind of like the person running the experiments. If people don't think I have confidence or faith in the experiments I'm running, they're not gonna have confidence or faith to put their child in our scientific experiment, right? Like, so you gotta be confident, you gotta know what you're talking about, and you gotta be, like, passionate and fun. But then I feel like as soon as you put me in, ooh, I kind of like this. Kind of like this, though, too. As soon as you put me in, like, a social context where I don't know... Oh, you fricker! Rude. Where I don't know people or I don't know what I'm doing, I feel like I become like a little more introverted. I'm a little socially anxious. It's really funny because I'm really good at public speaking. I love public speaking. I ran my own like public speaker series. I'm good at public speaking and I like it, which I know a lot of people like struggle with. But at the same time, you put me in a one-on-one situation, I'm like really shy and anxious. Like I'm like, I'm just like this little like queer girl who doesn't really know what she's doing. I wear some really weird clothes too because again, you just be you. And if I want to wear leather pants 9 out of 10 days, sure I will because I have like probably 14 pairs of leather pants. But I find sometimes people are like a little mean and critical, and then I get anxious. And that's like the one context where I'm like, I need to just embrace these other personas I have, like my streaming persona, or my like bridal boutique persona, or my like scientist persona, and put it in this like social context persona. I don't know why that's the roadblock for me. But at the end of the day, like we're all gonna have things we struggle with, and we're all gonna have things that we're good at. And something I guess I struggle. These are the same. We're doing okay, so I kind of just want to go for a crit chance. Oh, this is Oogie. We got shielded Oogie. Okay, 38 is where we're gonna start seeing missiles potentially, so I'm a little worried. But yeah, like I wish like because I was always taught in like because I have a bachelor's degree in neuro. I like to like I know I probably talk about it too much, but I like to always like make sure that like I don't want to be like being like, oh, you've heard me say I have a bachelor's degree in neuroscience like 42 times. The reason I do that, and this is so sidebar, is because I'm like, if somebody's tuning in for the first time, I don't want to like just assume that they know what I'm talking about, Give them the basics or the basis of like why I'm saying this or why I'm like talking about this. But when I was in my bachelor's degree, I actually learned about the theory of like hats. So every person has different hats that they wear in different contexts, right? You have the hat that you wear when you're around your family. You have the hat that you wear when you're around your friends. You have the hat that you wear when you go to work. And each hat represents a different personality or a different persona. And it's very natural to do that because humans like to conform to each other, right? Like we want to be able to fit in. And that's where I'm like, that's where I struggle. I really want to like utilize the different hats I have. I am like a confident, kind of cocky queen sometimes. Why can't I like exude that in every context? Why is it that when you put me in an environment around a bunch of people I don't know, all of a sudden I start struggling with like my identity and who I am? Or feeling like I really want to fit in? Why can't I just be like, just like me in my other contexts, I don't care if you don't like me. This is who I am, But it is what it is. I think we all struggle. Again, I think we all struggle with things like that. Like we struggle with, this is who I am here, but not who I am here. And now I need to like utilize this and embrace this. We're all just doing the best we can. Doing the best we can with what we got. Back on that again. If your personality is like shy, that's okay. You can be shy. I will be the first one to say shyness and introversion are not the same thing. You can be an introvert and dislike talking to people, but be hella freaking confident. Ha ha. Oh, we got multiple. I'll go for this. I'll go for this. Like, you can be introverted and be hella confident. You know how I know this? My husband's like this. My husband is, like, incredibly introverted. He could never talk to another human being in his life, and he would probably love it. He would actually be happy. It's crazy. It's actually, like, so wild to me. It's so far removed than my personality because I think I'm an ambivert, where I have my introverted moments, but I also have my extroverted moments. But at the same time, you can also be a extrovert, a full extrovert, who has like social anxiety and is really shy. I do not think that shyness and introversion are one and the same. I think they sometimes get mixed up, but I do not think they're one and the same. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I mean, even myself. I have my extroverted qualities, I have my introverted qualities, but I also have like my social anxiety qualities. And that is totally fine. I'm gonna go for this. Give me like a right-hand turn. Okay, that's a straight line. I really want the range up for my ballista. I really want it. Shield's gonna become a problem for us real quick. Are you +3s over here? No. I don't know. Again, I think it's all just confidence. And like, you can say that I'm cocky. Sometimes I am. Sometimes I really like who I am. That doesn't mean I always like who I am. There are moments where I'm sitting in bed and I'm like, why did I say that? What is wrong with you? I'm probably gonna do that today because I feel like I've opened up like a lot in a way that I'm like, oh, cringe. But at the end of the day, I can't take it back. The toothpaste theory. If you can't, like, don't let things out if you don't want the world to know. But I also think there's almost like some strength in sometimes being a little vulnerable. I don't really want lifesteal, so I'm gonna go... I don't really care about that, but every round, I care more about this. Because we have burn on you, right? Yeah. Give me a right-hand turn. You absolute little freak. But, yeah, like, I think there is strength in being a little vulnerable sometimes. I think it, like, almost people can see that you're human, which makes them feel better about the fact that they also are not perfect and that we all fumble a little bit. We all fumble, we all struggle, we all trip and fall. What are you gonna do? Like, lay on the ground and cry? No, get up. You're gonna get up. We all fall off the horse. Isn't that the original saying? I'm here for it. I vibe with it. I think embrace your uniqueness. But also I know that's hard to do. It's easier said than done. And it like depends on your context. Like, you know, like my parents, they do not like that I am like the black sheep. And I'm lucky because I'm not close with my parents. So does their opinion actually matter to me? Not really. Not really. Like at the end of the day, I'm gonna be me. They can like it or they can take it or leave it. Give me a right hand or yeah, right hand turn. That's a left. I mean, I did fumble over my words, but. But yeah, like if you're really close, I know it's all different. Every person's gonna have a different situation to deal with, right? Like we can't all just be like, oh, it works for me, so it's gonna work for you. No, honey, it doesn't work like that. I wish it did. be like great to be able to tell people to just be authentically themselves and have them not have any other considerations that they need to like process or monitor. But if you're blessed enough to have that, then cool. Not all of us are. I'm just thinking like put 2 of these bad boys down. Where am I looking? I got these 2 guys up here that are like chugging along, I guess. I don't really care about this. I don't care about this. I don't really care about this. And I can't take this. I don't really care about any of this. So I guess go for this. We're struggling with shield though. So I don't really care about burn. But like, I really don't care about healing. Because I think this far in, bless up we did not get the missiles. This far in, like, healing's not really going to do anything. Just trying to stagger a little bit more. I should start choppying. I did really only get this 1 panel over here. I didn't leave any of you on. Okay, you're in progress. I am struggling more with this side. I think it's like back here, but there's like not really a good spot to put anything back here. Yeah, I just put another vampire layer here. They need better shield. Oh, this is rough. Oh, I see that we're struggling with mana all of a sudden as well. This wanted to be a fastest. I can choppy. Can we kill some dudes to like get some money? Thank you. Poison could be okay, because we're struggling with shields, but I kind of would rather just go for this. We got a very shield-heavy build with our dudes. Yeah, I was like, I think we're at portal time. Choppy? Let's do some choppying. No plus twos in here, hey? No. I think this is fine. range up again would be immaculate. Huh. Oh, oh, oh. Bleed damage, or poison damage. Let's go for poison. Are we gonna beat our first vampire lair run? First time's the charm. More poison. I kind of want to go for this as well. Mana. Just gonna chop them. May as well. Man, it's still an issue. $119 per second. It's because of the mana bolts, hey? I don't know how much work this one's gonna put in. I almost think it would do better down here. Okay, 3 more rounds. Where are you? Oh, you're way back here. Yo, killing it. Gold. Okay. Oh my god, finally. $3,000 for this one. It's shields, man. That's not a +2, that's a +1, okay. I was like, that'd be so good. Ooh, 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 hello. Sure. Better than nothing, I guess. Where are my boys? They're way out here. Okay. Don't care. Can't take, can't take. I don't really care about armor. This isn't like that great for us anymore. And I don't care about this, so I guess I'll go for armor. It's probably so annoying to hear, especially if you're wearing headphones. Like inside your head, you're like, Mel, stop. You're in my brain. $34.50. This route does like pretty well, actually. Assimilate! That's horrible. Please don't clip that. Good. 3% chance to freeze. I do like this, because we have poison damage on you. Yeah, and we also have poison damage on you. So I kind of want to go for something like this, because it could be good for the shield. But freezing's always nice as well. This is my last one. This is spicy. Where's Oogster? We got Big Brain. We got the brainy boy. From the brainy bunch. Oh, that wasn't what I meant to do, but I'm kind of here for it. Big Brain's not taking a lot of damage, but everybody around Big Brain took a ton of damage, so he'll be the focus next. Over here, I see you. I love you. As always, you can see the progression in how focused I got in my run. It's like always, it's the conversation. It starts up here while the run's easy, and then it kind of changes depending. I think we're doing okay. I think we'll be okay. I think that was just a good run, a good setup. The layout was actually pretty okay, except for this weird situation. The staggering was pretty good, like natural staggering was pretty good. We had the weird thing here, but beyond that, like we didn't really have any major stagger issues, and it was kind of just like an easy, you just roll with it and go. Obviously, anything can go wrong, and Big Brain is getting a little farther than I was kind of expecting. especially because he does drop boys, but I think we'll be okay. We got this. We do struggle with armor. There we go. It's just taking some time to get through the armor because we weren't strong on armor. We'll shred the health for sure. Ooh, that was a big dumpy of boys. Big load, honey. Sometimes the world of Rogue Tower just blesses you, and sometimes it curses you. Come on, guys. We can do better with health. Good. That was good. There we go. We did it. Win by building only vampire lairs and ballistas. Count Chocula. That was good. Not endless. Look, I am not ready for endless. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I did this. Thank you for listening to my rant and my vent of the day. I always appreciate it. If you enjoy the content, if you have been enjoying the content, definitely consider subscribing to the channel so you get notified every time that I go live as well. Oh, I look a little schlubby today. This is just what you get. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Yeah, if you're enjoying it, hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel as well. It helps me out a great deal as a content creator. And if you just enjoy my ranting, also try and check out, well, consider checking out my Twitch and live content as well as other series that are available on YouTube right now as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time. Oh, see ya.